All right. No carrier promotion on the recording. Well, welcome to the Alleman Group uh, team call. We do this once a week, at least up until this point. We'll fill you in on the details moving forward, what we're doing. But welcome to the call. And, it is October, which means scary things are showing up in our neighborhood. And when I mean scary things, they got like giant, you know, 20 feet tall skeletons out in the front yard and stuff like that. And then I'm waiting for my other neighbors to start their regular, once a day they change out the organization of all their skeletons. But the cool thing is this is probably the only time that Bella will get rolled around in their stroller and look at that and go like, huh, what? I don't even know what that is, and next year it'll be scared but today she's doing good. But anyway,
It doesn't take much to scare her right now. I'll bring a vacuum or a broom.
that's right, a vacuum or a broom. That just sucks. Anyway, you knew the joke was coming. It couldn't not be there. Oh man. Well, hey, listen, we're not going to take too much time. We'll talk about a few things here tonight. But it's the final quarter. We're in that last part of the year where it's a big push, and we want to help people get the things that they're looking for in the business. And Jonathan just came back from Breakthrough in Orlando, Florida, this last week, or probably 2 weeks ago now. It feels like, and
Yep.
The funny story goes that 16, 17 years ago, Michelle and I did the same training with Mark Aceta, and it was life changing, and it was really, I mean, it's hard to explain the impact it has on just the way you're thinking, just the thoughts that get, the shakeup that happens. And, and each quarter we kind of take a revisit and look at, what's working, what could be working better, and those kinds of things. And I think, we're talking this week, and we got talking today, me and Jonathan, and we said, look, we love this call, but we want to help people get more out of the business and what they're doing already, and more than just us gathering here on a Monday night. There's a couple things we already have in motion, like the daily coaching call. And I know not everybody can be on that call, but they do have some good snippets to come out on a daily basis on the Slack channel. And if you're with us this last week, Jonathan started doing dial sessions, where we're actually making live dials, setting appointments, and getting things going. And that's right, Bob. Right? One of the things that we know, before COVID, y'all may not have known this, but before COVID, we used to have a weekly meeting where we'd all come together, and in the afternoons we do these major dial sessions. And that was probably the most productive and powerful sessions that we could do, is to get you on the phone watching somebody setting appointment. I mean, that's there's training. I mean, there's education, which is a lot just where we talk to you, and then there's training where we actually show you what's being done and give you the opportunity to do it, and then get coached on, okay, here's what you could do better. And I think we got a great response on the dial sessions. We got it a couple of times a day. And so I'm saying all this to say this, and Jonathan, you chime in and help me out here on this topic, because we were chatting about it today, and I know that you got some good thoughts behind it. But instead of doing this call on each Monday night, we want to kind of refocus our energy this last quarter into things that we think are going to return a bigger investment, right? And those kind of things. So, what's your thoughts there, Johnny?
Yeah. Exactly what you're saying. We want, like, the whole purpose of doing these calls is to serve you. So the whole purpose of the coaching call on a daily basis is to serve you as an agent. The purpose of doing our team meeting is to serve you. Also to make sure, like, we're just talking about stuff that you have on your mind week to week, let you know what's going on. But just looking at the first 3 quarters of the year going into the last quarter, we want to help you get more out of the business, which in turn makes you more money, right? So ultimately, we used to do a Zoom meeting where it was a working session, like last week was the first one. So we're going to bring that back so you can actually show up. There's a 2-hour block in the morning from 9:45 to 11:45 Central, and then a block from 3:30 to 5:30 Central. So you can show up to either one, but it's just 2 hours of working. So all of us are calling leads that we have. It could be us doing an appointment, right? So we're picking up things, live instead of being by ourselves, right? And and so that's the whole mindset behind it, is creating a space where you can actually come and work on your craft that actually puts money in your pocket, right?
Right. And I think the other thing we were talking about today is just the we're going to be talking to you. We should be talking to you more on a regular basis. If you're out there working, you're doing stuff, then there's going to be like individual calls. You can reach out to us more. You don't have to wait to this Monday night call, or even the daily calls, coaching calls, right? Take this as an opportunity, an invitation to go like, hey, I need help. This is what I'm doing. It's like everybody, like they say, everybody needs a shower, preferably daily. We understand, but we need that refresher. We need to be consistently.
And can I give you an example? Can I give you some examples?
Okay, go ahead.
So, like when I got started, if I wasn't doing anything, there's no reason for me to call my mentor. Okay. And I don't mean to be, I'm not talking to anybody on this call because you guys are here, but I would call my mentor after an appointment that I didn't make a sale. And I would say, I did this, this, and this. I need some coaching on what I need to do better. I know I messed up, but tell me where I messed up. And be honest. Like, don't give me your version. Give me the true version. And call me when after you've made 10 tried to set 10 appointments and you couldn't set any, or you're talking and you're saying the same goddamn thing to somebody and it's not going to work. You're going to have to stop. You're going to have to change what you're doing, and you're going to have to be coachable. So there's this thing about kissing a girl. You can't kiss a girl unless she's leaning in. Well, you got to lean in, bro. You got to lean in. All right. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on the matter. We need you to do some things and then lean in. And that means call us, whether it's in the appointment, whether it's after you get off of an appointment and you screwed up again and you don't know what you did wrong. Or maybe you did everything right. And we're going to tell you, you did everything right, bro. You just need to do more appointments. You're not going to make every sale. And that's okay.
And look,
so those are some examples of when you need to call us.
I think
we don't want you to go ahead, Mom.
I was going to say it's an invitation, right? And the opportunity is there to reach out and ask for help. And I know Michelle may seem like she like, I ain't gonna call her. She's gonna yell at me. She's gonna be mean to me. Here's what I know is Michelle's got this stuff down so repetitive. So repetitive. Like, she can sell in the middle of the night in a hospital bed to people that aren't even on the phone. What I'm saying is that it's there's going to be things that she's going to be able to help you and tell you what to say. And then here's the magic, right? Is if you say it exactly what she's telling you to say, not twist it your own words, but what she's telling you to say, and the way she says it, 9 times out of 10, it's going to get you to a better place in the appointment than you were heading before. And, and so reach out. I mean, Jonathan and Megan, incredible people. Now, I ain't got to tell y'all. Well, I'm going to tell y'all, but Brandy knows how to pick up the phone and call Michelle. Brandy will ask questions. She can raise her hand. She can ask questions. She will take the advice. And this is the magic. If y'all look at Brandy's numbers over the last 6 months, is she does what Michelle says, and that's the magic. This is a business where we all are very much alone until we decide we're going to be together in it, if that makes sense. Choose to be together. Megan, you look like you wanted to say something.
Did I?
Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking, like, you shouldn't be afraid of if you are. I don't know if you are, but you shouldn't be afraid of getting feedback or the fear of somebody hurting your feelings to make you better. Like, and it's not an intentional way to hurt your feelings. It's to make you better at what you're trying to get better at, right? And and all of us, you included, we all need help. Me included, like, we all need help. And so I'll tell you this, like, it's not always easy to say I messed up and I need to reach out to somebody who's been through this situation before and help me through it. There's no shame in that. Like, there's no shame in that whatsoever. It's actually pretty honorable for you to say, I've messed up and I need help. Those are the only people who continue, like, if I can talk, people who continue to grow and to get better at what they do. And so I just don't want anybody to feel discouraged by that. But listen, sometimes you're going to have to hear hard things to get through hard seasons. I mean, that's what pulls you out, right? If we just all wanted you to stay in the same place as you were, then we just pull you back down, crabs in a bucket. They don't really want you to climb out. We're not the crabs sitting in the bottom of the bucket. We're trying to pull you out of that bucket. But
We
the
want to drop
reality
you in the hot water.
The reality
we
is
all have mentors of our own. But if we're not asking our mentor, what could I be doing better? What did I do wrong? And what could I be doing better? Our mentor is not going to tell us.
And so to kind of bring this back full circle, the reason that we're having the conversation tonight about shifting this call into activity-based is because there's not much to chat about, because we have so many opportunities and so much of training and education available to all of us that, yes, you and we need to be in relationship, but more importantly, to get you to the place that you want to go, being here, like, the last I checked, none of us are a charity organization, right? All of us want to get paid, right? And so we've got to do activity to get to that goal. And so this call is going to be more activity based, and it'll be on Thursdays twice throughout that day, so people can come and do working sessions. For right now, we're going to leave it to our group. One day we might open it up to the whole Fits group. Right now it's just y'all. So if I were you, if I were sitting in your shoes, I would take full advantage of that and say I have 4 hours on Thursdays to come and work. That's a pretty big deal, but don't come and just sit there. I don't want, you can listen, but please only do that one time. Right.
Well, here's another thing. This is going to sound cliche. So, but take it in the right way. We're always either going into something, in something, or coming out of something. And so sometimes, you go, well, I picked up these set of leads and I've dialed them and they've all said this, and this, and it doesn't seem like I'm getting any progress. And the way you got to think about those things, and I had a mentor kind of mention it today, is like, you know what? You're just getting all the BS and all the no's and all the other stuff out of the way. The reward is coming. Statistically speaking, there is not a lead system that's going to be 100% failure. The wins out there, and maybe you just need the easy win to get you that renewed, rejuvenation. Sometimes the wins are going to be tough, but I'm going to tell you, that's where the glory is. When the wins are a little bit tough and you walk away and you go like, I did it, I got it, And as you learn, I think what we feel that these sessions are going to do is give you an opportunity to see what that looks like, what that good fight looks like. Not just, accepting that they've already got it covered, just learning the phrases like, what do you have covered? I already, it's already taken care of. Well, what's taken care of? I already got some coverage for my family. Great. That's perfect. Did you get this kind? There's all kinds of things that we say and do that we're going to pick up because we're going to be working. And these are the kinds of things that at 8:00 on a Monday night, we may not remember all the things that we want to tell you, but I tell you what, the lessons you'll learn when you see it happening, it's going to be awesome. And really the other side of it is that, we all need coaches. This is a business. We're at a distance. We're not all in the same place. And sometimes just being on the call and saying, hey, this is what I've experienced so far. What do I need to do? And then this is the challenge is to be bold enough that when they say, okay, that's what happened. Now, what I need you to do is pick up the phone, call that one individual back. And this is the stuff you're going to say, and then do it. Because once you do that, that's going to build your confidence. I see Jonathan. He's like, I'm ready to say something.
Yeah, no, it's all good stuff. I just wanted to, I wanted to say, like, all of us got in this business for a reason, and there's a lot of freedom in the business, and there's a lot of opportunity and money to be made in it. But the whole point is so that you can come. You're already working week to week, but it's so you can come and make your craft better and listen to somebody else from a different angle maybe you haven't heard. It's always going to help you. Like, me and Megan pay $500 a month for coaching because we choose to. Michelle and Mike do too. And it's always a choice. So the whole point is we just don't feel like this call is giving you as much as it could. That's why we're moving it to a working session. That's ultimately what it comes down to. We can call you and update you on events and other stuff like that, or utilize Slack to do that. We don't need a call Monday evening to do it, right?
And I'll say it this way, Jonathan. We feel we can serve you better in those ways than we can now. Michael Cole raised his hand.
Got to unmute myself. How you doing?
Doing great, Mike. How you doing?
Good. So this Thursday, live or 2 hours, how are we going to get access to it? And will it distract if we're supposed to be making calls, or is it what? How will you pick up the pointers?
So on Slack, Michael, I'm gonna post on our AG team chat the Zoom link. So, I'll make sure you're added on there. I'm pretty sure you are. So you just pull up Slack on your phone, and you'll see the link there. But we're all gonna be working, but we're gonna be muted, right? So if one of us books an appointment, you'll just put in the chat box, I booked an appointment, right? Or, I just had someone on the phone and they hung up, right? And so we can like stop, do a little coaching. You'd be surprised, like even with a lot of people on our team, most of it's just making the phone calls. Does that make sense at all?
It was muted, yeah. And then I guess so you just do your own thing, and then because you can't hear anything anyway.
Yeah, and then if you book an appointment, just put it in the chat or say, "Hey, I need some help," or if I get someone on the phone, I'll unmute so people can listen. It's real interactive, but everyone's mostly muted the whole time until someone's actually doing an appointment. We'll say, "Hey, I'm doing an appointment with someone live. Like, I'm going to go through it on the phone." We'll put it in the chat and I'll unmute and you can listen. Does that make sense?
Better to access it from the phone or from the computer? Probably the laptop would be easier, right?
Yeah, I think it's best to do the Zoom from the laptop, so you have your phone to do do your calls. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and
And
look,
if
there's
you
always
need-
got somebody who, like, if there's too much overlapping, somebody's got to have the controls to be able to mute it out. So don't worry about that. Somebody's always going to be watching it enough to go, hey, we're going to do it. But you got a question, raise your hand. Wait for it. If you think that you've got some good stuff that you're on a good roll, or maybe you've got somebody on the phone and you want to be unmuted, then just do that so we can hear. Well, the people that aren't, I mean, bottom line is it's not a constant nonstop. Everybody's got somebody on the phone. There's a lot of silent time.
Okay. All right. And then John, just like I'm Eastern, so we have to figure all that out. So, okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'll post the Eastern time for you. It'll be right after the coaching call on Thursday, which would be 10:45 your time.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, I just like to say that I was on the call, a second call last week in the afternoon, and I got a lot out of it. And I appreciate Michelle and Jonathan for being there, spending their own time to help me out. And I look forward to this Thursday. I'm going to try to make some calls before we get to Thursday. Now I've got some leads, but it was worthwhile for me. I went in with my mind open, and it was very worthwhile for me. And I thank everyone that helped out.
Excellent. Thank you, Bob. And look, you don't have to wait till Thursday to dial. And if you're going to dial, let somebody know to say, hey, I'm going to be dialing. Anybody can do, I call it aerial support, and just, can see if somebody's available to kind of, bounce ideas off of, they said this, I didn't know what to say. What do I say? How do I say it? And that way people can coach more interactively. I think that's the magic of what a lot of us that have spent a long time here, that's where we've gotten the most out of it, is in those kind of sessions.
It's the magic of asking questions, just like you ask your customers, but you got to ask your coaches, when stuff happens, what do I do here? And I think that's where Brandy is very good at just getting inside my head. What do you do here? And then I'll give her my idea of what I would do,
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Thursdays, working sessions. So you learn how to get better by doing it. And like typically if we were doing this, one of us, I would put you in the car with me and we would book appointments and go sit on them together. But like since COVID, we haven't been doing that. So like we've all been continuing to run our business, continuing to help it stay profitable, and also reaching out to help other people with the system that we're in, right? And that's the whole purpose of it, is helping you get better at the virtual game, right? And giving you a system to do that, because we kind of had to come up with our own system when COVID hit. And it just is what it is. It's, you can't control what happens. You can only adapt to it. So the good thing is we have a system virtually on how to show you how to close business, but it does involve leads. So that's important too. So
yeah. And we'll close it out with this. And I know, world events as they are, what's happening in the Middle East right now is a tremendous tragedy. I'm going to pray for peace that does come around. I know it's going to, if that doesn't help you recognize that at any given moment, things can happen, people will die unexpectedly, that what we do is for that purpose. And I'm not saying to twist that into that's what, to help you sell insurance. I'm not. I'm just saying put your mind around that there were people on Saturday morning were fully engaged in a music festival, and within a few hours, I think over 300 of them died, and some of them at point blank, shooting. They were there for love. They were just there to have a good time. So there's a craziness in this world, but it's always a stark reminder, even from that to the cancer that we've been faced with, with a lot of folks around us. Just take a moment and just think about how precious life is. And while we're here, let's find ways to help others, make sure that if something does happen, we can help them cover it, we can help them get through it, but keep Israel and the Palestinians both. I'm not going to put sides on either one. It's a tragic, I won't call it decades long. It's millenniums, that these conflicts go back, and let's just hope that we can get through this as a world and come out of the other side a better place.
And the other thing that the dial sessions do is that we will build relationship there. And we need to do that. And that's why we had the team call in the first place, just to do that. And I think we'll build better relationships doing that, because we're going to go through emotions of, dang it, this person hang up on me. Crap. What do I need to do? Or, wow, I just set an appointment. Oh my God, finally, So anyway, that's what we're here for, to help you do that and get through these rough times. So we got to do it together.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow on the Daily Coaching Call. We'll see you definitely Thursday on the dial sessions. Let's go out and make some things happen. And, let us help support you in this last quarter of the year. Let's make some differences in all our lives. All right.
Is it 10 and 3? Is the dial?
For you, yes. I don't know.
9:45, yeah, Central. Just pay attention to Slack. I'll post it the day before and the day of.
Okay.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Have a
Y'all
good
have a
night.
good
Okay,
one.
thanks.
Good
Bye-bye.
night, folks. Thank you.
See ya.